My son sacrificed his life to save me. His powers are not a gift, but a curse. Out of this loose cannon needs to be locked down before innocent people start getting hurt. It's been safe for 5,000 years. You find us a cell that can hold him. We'll take care of that. Who's on the team? I didn't bring a passport. We don't need passports. We need a Justice Society. There's a war going on outside. We need safe harbor. We're here to negotiate your peaceful surrender. Heard about it. These three things is happening. I'm not peaceful. Nor do I surrender. Here we go. I kneel before no one.
You didn't come here to seek justice. You came to exact revenge.
I never said I was a hero. You believe you are not worthy. But fate does not make mistakes. There are two paths. You can be the destroyer of this world. Or you can be its savior.
Shalom, giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaKadosh, or Ukar-Kadosh. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father. It means he is. Yahushai is the name of his son. It means he is. Ukar-Kadosh is the name of the Holy Spirit in Hebrew. Black Adam is shit. It's like the worst movie I've seen in a very long time. And I thoroughly recommend that you go and see it. And we'll get into that. The reason why I say it's shit, well, is because the plot follows no coherent kind of story. There's lots of things happening all the time. Doesn't seem to be going straight. And it seems to be a blatant attempt at predictive programming, just to get as many messages into as to what will happen, what's coming down the pipe into the populace as possible, without even having the skills to put it into a coherent storyline. It's just a bunch of predictive programming meshed in with a lot of special effects. Don't want to give away too many spoilers, but let's just say that Black Adam is a power that, he was given his powers by a bunch of wizards, and then they're trying to stop someone coming to the throne. They're trying to stop someone coming to the throne. There's a king, a bloodline king is meant to come to the throne, but if he comes to the throne, he's going to set the world on fire. Now, when I just literally, the film was so shit, I was falling asleep. So, but it was only when I started to wake up in the second half, I was starting to see it through different ways. Because the king that's coming to the throne, there's a crown that is meant to be passed down through a bloodline, and a crown that the only person that can wear it has to pass through the gates of death, which is very much, and that's the evil person in this film, and that's very much analogous to Yahweh Shai, right? He conquered death and came and restored the throne of David. But in the film, he's painted as the devil. Basically, they kind of put big horns on him and an inverted pentagram on his chest, and that's the person that you're meant to play. If you look past all of this, the what's it called, the makeup or the costume that the devil is in, and you look at who he is symbolically, it's quite clear that he's coming to set the world on fire. Obviously, pursuant to Genesis chapter 3, was it, where the Lord promises never to destroy the world again by water, but and pursuant to Revelations, I think, oh God, chapter 18, I think, is the final chapter. Well, not the final chapter, but the chapter where all the missiles fly. He will destroy the world by fire, and this person has to pass through the gates of death. He also resurrects people when he comes, and then you see people being resurrected, although they look like zombies. It kind of fits the pattern of what Yahweh Shai is claimed to do. And on the other hand, you have a person who dresses like an eagle, which in my mind seems to reflect the United States military, who are there to fight against him. And then there's this character, Black Adam himself, who's, it's acknowledged that he's not altogether good, but they need him in order to fight this king, who's this bloodline king is coming back through the gates of death. So they get this disgraced superhero who's been given his power by a bunch of wizards. It seems like he was given his power by a bunch of left-hand shit. If you look at it with spiritual eyes, you can see he's given his power from the left-hand side, and he's not really altogether worthy, but they need him. He can't help killing people. So it's and the one where they kind of I don't know, man, they just seem so desperate now. It's like they get everybody to throw up the Illuminati symbol, like, that Jay-Z pyramid symbol, and they keep on having something like, by chance, like there's an eagle flying past the sky or something to represent the eye in the pyramid, or the capstone and the pyramid, just trying to hide it, but it's just so obviously shit. And they say that, the whole world has to start, they have to get behind Black Adam, and the way that they get behind Black Adam, if you believe it or not, I couldn't believe it, is they have to throw up the Illuminati symbol, and then that shows who they're aligned with. So they're coming to this final battle between this guy who wants to take the throne and Black Adam, and although they don't necessarily like Black Adam, because what Black Adam can't help doing is killing people, and you want to get behind him because they can't allow this guy to take this other guy to take the crown and take the throne through death and destroy the world by fire. They have to throw out the Illuminati symbol. So basically what I'm trying to bring out is the film is utterly shit, but it's utterly shit because they're not even trying to make a coherent storyline. They're just trying to throw a bunch of predictive programming together and cover it with special effects, and I can't recommend it enough. Like, if you're in this truth, or you come through this truth, I can't recommend it enough, and I really recommend people that are in this truth to go and see it. Try and keep a spiritual eye, and let me know what you think and what you understand by it. All right, with that, I'm gonna shut off and say there seems to be another thing. Yeah, so there's a guy who's dressed as the eagle, obviously representing either Esau or the United States, but I feel like he represents the military. There's a guy who can grow enormously or shrink himself enormously, and they will come together to support Black Adam in overthrowing this guy who wants to take the throne. I can stretch the analogy or stretch the symbolism, but there's a guy who can see through time as well. So I think he represents sort of like science and their current endeavors with science. There's a military that's come together with Black Adam There's a woman who can manipulate the wind. So that could be like what they, all the things that they're planning to come against you. How I'm stretching it now because I'm not entirely sure about whether this is really what they were trying to say with their symbolism. But yeah, there's a woman that can manipulate the wind, and maybe she's nature or something, harp technology or something. I don't know. And then there's a guy that can grow. He's called the Atom Smasher, and that could be he could grow and he could shrink. He was always a bit rubbish. It could be the economy to be able to shrink or inflate the inflation, the economy or the currency. And this guy who used to put on this alien mask, a mask that he got from somewhere else, and he gains special powers. But whenever he puts on the mask, it traumatizes him. He could see through time, so that could represent maybe CERN or attempts to manipulate time and all the kind of high sciencey structures. But anyway, that's a push. But yeah, go and see the film. Recommend it because it's so shit, but it's packed full of like predictive programming, so it's really good for someone in the truth to talk about. Okay, I'm gonna shut off there and I'll say shalom.